Can you tell me why the brother that has your back would make a phone call and tell us in such great detail, how she must have been suffering?
Everything he's told us is lining up. Your job's cooperating. They're pulling all the video.
Yeah.
They've got the cadaver dog back there in the back where the old cars are.
Yeah.
Okay. We tracked down the dumpster. Who picked it up. Confirmed that it was picked up on the same day. Just like you told them.
Welcome to 8MC Interrogations. We put out full, uncut interrogations every Friday and Sunday, sometimes some bonus videos throughout the week, so make sure you're subscribed with the notifications on. Assault that like button if this is an interrogation you've never seen before, or just to support the channel. I would like to thank all of our members. Your support helps us continue to bring consistent content, and you are truly appreciated. Okay, enough rambling, let's get into it. December 19th, 2018, Jacksonville, Florida. 16-year-old Iyana Sawyer does not show up home after school, which according to her mother was very out of character for her. Her mother then places a 911 call to alert police that her daughter is missing.
Jacksonville 911, what's the location of your emergency?
Did not come home from school today. She go to Jacksonville High School. Her phone is going straight to voicemail. That is not like her.
Okay.
You have no idea what she is.
Iyana was not the only one missing. She was also 5 months pregnant, so it would make it even more unlikely that she would just disappear into thin air. Attendance showed that Iyana did not attend her last 2 periods at school that day, and surveillance showed her leaving school property around 11 a.m. Detectives concluded that she likely ran away, possibly because she didn't want to tell her family who the father of her baby was. But after 2 days of Iyana not being heard from, police do change her status from runaway to missing person. On December 28th, Iyana's mother made a discovery on her daughter's laptop that could be a clue to her disappearance. In this letter on her computer, there's a lot of mention about somebody named Jose, who her mother had never heard of. But when Iyana's sister was questioned about it, she said that Jose was Uncle John. With this new information, police head over to Johnathan Quiles' house to question him.
Y'all got a big old dog in there?
Yeah, she's a big old baby, but you know, she's she's nosy. You never know. I remember you came over to Main Street. The guy tried to take some money. Yeah, the auto zone. This is like probably like 2-3 years. Yeah, like maybe 4 years ago.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I've done a lot, man.
The guy, he ended up pulling my money out my wallet. I left it on the counter, and we ended up tussling. And I ended up getting more money back than he actually initially talked. We just kind of just walked off.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
It was a even swap, yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
I
know. I used to be on the job too in New York. You know, I know you find crazy stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's just, but you know, we literally had her kids for summers. You know, summer at a time, and then you know, weekends. All of them, and you know, it's just like if we knew where she was at, we would have been the first ones to grab her ass and bring her over.
Yeah, exactly.
We're posting stuff on our Facebook trying to find her the same way they are. It's like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Even though we're not speaking.
Exactly. I mean, I don't know. So you guys, when was the last time you all saw her then?
Last time they stayed the night over here, which was before, it was in November. Last week in November, we had all 4 of them over here.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. Yep. And still to this day, we don't know what the freak. We don't know what the hell happened there, because it's all been, you know, this, that. You know, it's never been. Nothing has been consistent at all. So it's like that's missing.
Man, that's crazy. That's sad. Has she ever done this before? Has she ever gone missing before?
No. She's okay. Like I told you, all the officers, and she's complained. You know, always both of them. They always complain. She's always complaining, you know, and I always tell her, it's like, look, first of all, your mom is your mom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your mom loves the hell out of you no matter what. And I always was always big on mom. Is her mom the best mom? Not at all. You know what I'm saying? She comes home.
She's still a mom.
Yeah, she's a mom. You know what I'm saying? We only get one.
Yeah.
But I explained to them, I was like, listen, your situation is fucking awesome compared to my situation growing up. You know what I mean? I had a real rough one growing up. Just, you know, stay focused in school. Stay focused. You want to get out the house, the right way is
Get your
graduate
school
early.
yeah.
And then, no, she's honor student. Like,
That's
big
good.
time. Yeah. Oh, big time. She's an honor student. And, you know, she's doing everything that she needs to do to go ahead and make a transition to get out and go to college. And I was like, well, that's the best way, you know, that's the best way to go.
Yeah.
This thing is just, I'm stressed. If I check my phone right now with my finger on it, like the Samsung, oh man, that damn thing would be probably all the way to the roof. My ears are hot. And when I asked her about it, she said that she knows who the father was, but she ain't saying.
Oh, she did know?
Yeah, she knows who the father of her child was. And she just, but then, you know what I'm saying, you can't really take anything that she's saying serious because now that she's been gone, all this stuff that's been going on, going around, she's been dealing with this dude, then that dude, and this other one is something that she was dealing with cousins at the same time, that one's supposed to be the baby father or something. You know, another one she's dealing with, so I question literally everything.
This is Johnathan Quiles, 33 years old at the time, and an uncle by marriage to Iyana Sawyer. Johnathan is married with children, and he and his wife regularly had Iyana and her siblings over to their house. By all accounts, he was very close to the girls. After searching Jonathan's house, they decided to bring him in for further questioning, but ultimately had to let him go. Now, after Johnathan Quiles' DNA came back as a match on January 7th, 2019 from a previous SA test that was done on Iyana, he was brought in for more questioning. Here is the full interrogation of Johnathan Quiles. But first, let us have a moment of silence for the victim in this case.
Hey,
Hello.
how are
How
you?
you doing? I've had better days.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I know. There's a lot of things going on.
Jonathan, I met you at your house before we talked to text about it.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if
And
you've met
I'm
her.
No, I have not.
Nice to meet you.
Likewise.
There's been a lot happened. We need to talk about, okay? I want to listen to everything you got to say, but naturally I'm going to have questions. Can't really ask those questions unless I go through your rights. And this is a way to protect you, okay?
Yes, sir.
So I want to hear everything you got to say, but I'm going to read you your rights first, okay?
Okay.
Before we get into anything, so you can read
Yes.
and you can write.
Yes.
Have you had any alcohol today?
No, I don't drink.
Okay. Probably a smart thing.
Yeah.
What about any kind of drugs?
I don't smoke. I don't do any drugs. No.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's not drugs, but it's like a fat burner pill.
Oh, no.
What about like prescription medications?
No, I don't take
or anything.
anything, no.
Okay.
Bengay, and then that's it.
Yeah, imagine with your
Prescription
dog.
Bengay?
Yeah, I wish. Yeah, that's the good stuff. Burn your skin off.
Probably. Do you wear glasses?
I do. It's for astigmatism, but
Okay.
that's it.
But you were able to read this? just
Oh,
fine?
absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I agree with that. I think it's just more for
Distance?
distance.
Yeah.
Okay.
and
Mine's
stuff
the
with a
opposite.
little. Yeah.
Contacts?
No, I don't have
Okay.
any contacts.
And do you have any current mental conditions like
No.
seeing things, hearing voices, anything like that?
No.
Okay.
So, one of the things that we're investigating, is with your niece,
Yes.
Samaya.
Oh, Samaya.
Yes.
Okay.
So, what can you tell me about Samaya? Like, why do you think you would be here because of Samaya?
I've been accused many times by the older siblings, well, the sisters and stuff, that I've been inappropriate with Iyana and Maya.
And how would they think what would they think is inappropriate?
Well, let's say this: the first time that it was brought to anybody's attention, they didn't hear it directly from them. I heard it from like a sister, Margie, and she mentioned that that they think that I was the reason that Iyana was turned out because she got caught in, having sex with a guy that was over 21 across the street. So, but prior to this, we've had complications in the family. They will pick on my wife. My wife has a little bit of, she needs medication to kind of stay level.
Okay.
So my wife is pretty blunt, and, she just doesn't take too much from anybody.
Right.
She loves real deep, and she just tries to keep everybody, together. So some things just don't make sense to her because she's very plain Jane.
Right.
But once my wife was almost having to get admitted into the hospital, I had it with them. I'm telling you, I could be under a truck, fixing on the truck, and I'll drop what I'm doing to come and help them move or wherever the case may be. So with seeing my wife deteriorating the way she was, I couldn't deal with it no more. So I sent a mass text out to every last one of the sisters and said, listen, you guys got my wife. You have been picking on my wife all this year time. I've been staying out of it because this is a sister matter type of deal. I can't do it no more. I'm done with it. I don't want to hear none of your drama. You leave your stuff out there on the side of the road, wherever you're going to be. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to, I'm not going to come and help you. I'm not going to do nothing. You've just been nothing but drama in my life and in my wife's life. I'm keeping my distance from you guys. From that point on, this is about, I'm horrible with dates. I'm horrible with times. I want to say about a year, maybe a little bit more than a year ago.
Okay.
And from that point on, it's been just rocky roads with me and the sisters. Janetta started. I think Johnathan has been inappropriate with Maya and Iyana. Now they question them girls separately, together, and it's been he's never been inappropriate with me. And it's I don't have nothing to hide. I got kids older than them.
Right.
And Kim, the mother, she says, listen, I never thought that way, but, and it kind of got brushed under the tables. I still didn't talk to Tweedledee and Tweedledum, which is Jametta and Paul. I didn't talk to them no more. And
are they the older ones?
Those are the older ones,
okay.
Correct. I didn't talk to them anymore because those are the ones that started with the nonsense. And after they got, I guess, the girls' side, and even Maya, they were, she would text me, she'd say, I wish they would stop asking these questions. This is just getting ridiculous. They treat you so wrong and all that their stuff. Once that passed and that blew over, everything was good. They're staying the night, weeks on end at the house. We're going fishing together. We're doing pretty much everything.
Right.
And then from that point,
and this was this past year.
This was
2018.
18, maybe 17 into 18.
Okay.
Then after that, Iyana got caught with, I guess she was late picking up her brother, and her brother squilled on her or whatnot and stated that she was with some boy or whatnot. They went through her phone, found out that she was having a sexual relationship with a boy that she said that was 17, and turned out that he was 21 across the street. And then that turned into the reason Iyana was doing that was because I had to turn her out. you know, whatnot. So
when you say turned her out,
I'm sorry. Meaning that I had to have introduced her to sex.
So you had full sex with her, is what they're saying.
Pretty much that I had initiated her learning about sex, and this is the reason why she was running around, and then. After that situation happened, Kim also was like, well, the first time she says, nope, our relationship was just gotten better. You know, I'm not trying to ruin that because, I mean, we always help Kim, you know, because she has 4 children. Mm-hmm. She's like almost on a minimum wage salary. Her lights always getting cut off. You know, we always help them feed the kids, take them when she needed a break and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So she supposedly was on the wall with it, like, oh, hold on. But then again, as you know, time passed, my wife made me aware she never stopped them from, you know, questioning them and stuff like that. But anyway, after that situation happened, they questioned her again, and they questioned both of them again. Did Uncle John ever get, you know, fresh with you guys or come out of character or anything like that with you guys? And boom, again, nope. And Iyana was saying nope.
When was that?
This is the thing. That was definitely in 2018. Okay. I'm not too sure. I would say towards the middle okay. year, like maybe June, beginning July, to the middle, summer, something like that. Yeah.
So they questioned the second time, and the girl said no.
Said no, nothing ever. He's never been appropriate. He's only been a father figure to us. Mm-hmm. Now, their real father is just pretty much he's there, but he's not there type of deal. So, you know, I've spoken to him because my son, when he first came down to live with me, mm-hmm. he started going to Terry Parker, mm-hmm. and I would drive him every day, and then after school we'd take him to the store and do all that there. And it was one time we met her father in the store, and he was like, "Oh, my princess," and he was just so trying to get out that dang on store to get away from, you know, it was just, he left his keys, he left his phone, like he was just trying to get out that situation. Mm-hmm. Because where I stood with it was like, okay, you know, your daughter wants to see you. You live just about around the corner. Just come on and see her. You know, I think it was for her birthday or something mm-hmm. like that. And she was just so happy. She, you know, and that he's gonna come over. And I had to kind of pull her to the side and say, "Listen, Iyana, he's not gonna come over." Well, how do you know and stuff like that? It just these type of things you kind of know, you know. So
so the girls would come over to your house and you do like trips to the beach, trips to the
we always the pool we had at the house. Right. We had this is when we lived in 1503 East Lovejoy. I had a tire swing, I had zip lines, I had hammocks. This is all for them, you know, because my daughter was still too young. I had go-karts, you know, it's just a huge backyard, about a half-acre backyard. Right. So the pool was there over in the backyard, and the beach. Now, the beach at first, they didn't really care for the beach. They didn't know how to swim in the beach and stuff like that.
But they would stay the night. They'd spend time at your house. And there was
the whole summer.
Anybody accusing you of anything then?
No. And well, after the first time, they stood just about the whole damn summer with us. Mm-hmm. And after the second time that they accused me.
And this is 2018 we're talking about.
This is 2000, second time is 2018. They pretty much was there almost every weekend. They always there watching my daughter. Me and my wife goes out.
How old is your daughter?
My daughter's 4 years old.
Okay.
And they'll watch Nia and you know me and my wife will go out because we really don't go. We normally would stay in the house, and that was the reason why the kids love being there at the house, because at their home it was mom came from work. boom, that door is closed, and she's doing whatever she's doing behind the doors, and they never got any of that quality time.
Right.
And me being raised how my mom raised me, I was born in Brooklyn, New York. They didn't have the best of everything,
Right.
but my mom always made it a point to take me horseback riding. Who the hell goes horseback riding in Brooklyn?
Right.
In the
Yeah,
projects. So we learned how to do that.
Right.
We also, we did the lifeguard safety courses. We did all of that, and this and camping and stuff like that. So this was something that I wanted to pass on to them as well. Let me show you how to go with the rip current so you can come back to shore. So that's where the beach came in. And before you ask them, hey, you want to go to the beach? Nah.
So you're doing all these things with the girls.
No, with all of them.
Right, with the kids.
All of the kids,
But then they're accusing you of messing with the girls?
Correct. Yeah, and this is they came out with that they started like real heavy with it when Iyana went with that boy across the street and doing all that. That's when it started like really thick. And then
give me an example of things they think were inappropriate.
Well, I would just say what they were saying, and again, this is not something that they came directly to talk to me about, because had they did, I would have whipped out my phone and say, hey, look, Kim, wait, no, this is what we talk about every day, and the majority of it.
So you talk to them on the phone?
Yeah, I talk to them.
You talk to them, what do you... So what, did you use Facebook?
No.
Instagram,
Iyana Snapchat. Iyana showed me about Snapchat. Okay. I didn't know nothing about Snapchat. I didn't even know what the hell.
I know. That's their language.
So, that's what she showed me how to do. And then something about score streaks. So you send pictures in the morning and then in the afternoon or whatever. As much pictures as you can send. Like selfies or whatever, or even the sky, whatever. Right. You get like a certain score streaks or whatever. I still don't understand that too well. But that's what we normally communicated through. Right. And the reason why is because, it kind of sounds like incriminating now, but it's because the messages delete. And there's a lot of things that they come tell me about their moms and that, about just their everyday struggles being in home because they never wanted to be home. And that was just something that they didn't want their mom, because it's happened before, and I'm pretty sure that's how it happened with the guy across the street, that she done went through her text messages and saw all this here stuff that they were talking about. And also prior to that, she had was talking to one of her friends about their living situation, and her mom just went smack the hell off on her,
Which one? Who did she go off on?
Iyana. Iyana was
Iyana.
Iyana, yes. Iyana was her mom at one point in time had a real tight relationship.
Right.
And then where that changed, I cannot put my finger on it, but it changed. And
teenage.
Yeah, she got this sense that, mom doesn't care about us, and that's both the girls that used to, do that. Is mainly she doesn't care about us. All she cares about, Mr. Darius and
Is that her boyfriend?
That's her boyfriend, yeah. Mr. Darius and whatever they say about or whatnot. Yeah. So
the ants are accusing you of this kind of stuff, and you're telling me that Iyana and Samaya,
correct,
both said no.
Correct. That's right. They said nope. That never happened. That he's never been inappropriate with me or anything like that.
Okay, and then so let me tell you how I got involved with this case, because if that were the case, I wouldn't be involved.
Absolutely.
Right? Because that sounds like a non-starter. Right?
Correct.
So I get involved with the case when they're doing a missing persons report, right? For Iyana, is it? Iyana. And so while doing that, they were looking on her computer.
Correct.
And so they're finding stuff on the computer that she's authoring that's implying a sexual relationship with you. Almost like a love affair.
Well, I also read the same thing because Margie took a picture of it and sent it to my wife, and this
Okay,
was
so you
the
saw
first
it.
time I did.
Okay.
And this was the first time that we were introduced to the police. They came to the house. This is after she ran away.
Okay.
And they came to the house searching for her and through our house.
Right.
So yes, I also read it, and it was a character
What do you make
named
of that?
Jose. This blew my mind all the way around because it's a lot of stuff in that thing we actually did talk about, you know, about her sister having relations with her boyfriend and stuff like that. So there's a lot of stuff that is there that makes sense, and then there's other stuff that is like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense at all. This is not something that we've ever talked about. Right. You know, so
but some of it almost it's pertaining to your house or your home, and so because there was like 4 pages.
I only saw the
right.
I think 2 or whatever.
But in Reflect, right? Mm-hmm. So, but Samaya is also mentioned in there as well.
Correct.
So that's how I met with Samaya. Mm-hmm. So, what do you think Samaya would tell me if I asked her about those 4 pages?
Well, for what I was made aware of, Samaya was agreeing that the Jose character mm-hmm. was me.
Correct.
And she's mentioned that was me, and like I explained to my wife, mm-hmm. and I also got a text message from, I'm thinking it was Samaya, but my niece doesn't talk like that, through mm-hmm. the text message. Mm-hmm. Like I mentioned to the person that whoever was text messaging me, uh-huh. I said, Maya, what the hell, you know, pretty much what's going on? Because at first, I have a daughter named Maya. Oh. At first, she and the message started like, are you mad at me? This is something Adobe phone. I don't know. I don't know what the hell that meant. It's like an Adobe phone. I still got a text mm-hmm. message in my phone. And it mentioned, she says, I don't have, are you mad at me? And then I says, hey baby, how you doing? This, you know, how was your summer vacation? Oh, well, I mean, your Christmas vacation and stuff like that. Why would I be mad at you? And then she put, because I told, and I'm like, hold on. Who is this? Is this my daughter or this is my niece?
Right.
And she mentioned this is my niece. This is your niece Maya. And I said, hold on, baby. I can't talk to you. You got these people thinking that I'm some monster. You know, I'm a monster over here. I hope I told them, because this is what I also told the police. I told the police that that they most likely forced her to say whatever they wanting her to say, because
who's forcing her?
Her mom. You know, I have my nephew and uh-huh. her used to date, and
okay.
And
your nephew.
Well, it's technically my cousin.
What's his name?
His name is I'm sorry.
That's
I'm
okay.
gonna blank. Yeah, I'm just.
Uh-huh. He's your cousin. Is he from Florida? Or
yeah, he's here in Florida.
Okay.
He's here in Florida. His name is Kenneth.
Kenneth.
Yeah, Kenneth
is
Berry.
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 Barr.
I think Berry.
Okay,
yeah.
So they used to date with who?
Iyana? Samaya.
Okay,
So. And this it may not sound relevant right now, yeah. but it is very relevant. Yeah. Her youngest brother Kyrie supposedly caught them on the rocks having
her youngest brother. Okay,
yeah.
So Samaya's youngest brother.
Correct.
Okay, caught
Samaya and Kenneth on the rocks is literally right across the street. You see, it's just wide open, mm-hmm. Having sex.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Okay, and when was this?
This was, I want to say, you can't quote me on it. I'll say maybe a few months ago. It wasn't.
Okay.
It's just fairly
2018.
fresh. 18, fairly
okay.
fresh, and
later part of the year.
Correct.
Okay.
So, everything boiled over. I called Kenneth. I says, "Hey, Kenneth, you know." Mm-hmm. My sister-in-law is like screaming at my wife right now about you two having any relations on the rocks.
Right.
And he says, no, that never happened. What are you talking about? Then I hear my wife, I told my wife, I says, he's denying it, you know, and my wife was like, so Maya just admitted to it. Now, comes to find out, I just spoke to my grandmother today, or if not yesterday. Mm-hmm. She told me the story, and also my aunt also said the same thing too, and that's just kind of scary. Mm-hmm. She said Samaya came one day to school, and because he doesn't go to the same school, but he transfers buses there at the same school.
Sometimes they meet at a bus place and go to another school.
She met up with him. Her mm-hmm. face was super swollen, like as she got beat up, mm-hmm. and she gave him a letter. Uh-huh. And the letter pretty much was, I'm sorry, my mom forced me to, you know, admit that I had sex with you. Mm-hmm. I know it never happened, and yeah, she said it never happened. And this is like, it was like, okay, mind blowing, you know. Right. And also there was another time that Samaya told me this about her cousin, mm-hmm. which was goodness, what the hell is his name? Freaking hell. Elijah. Supposedly he was molesting her since about 5 to 7 years old until about 2000 and beginning of 2018. So
I know about Elijah because yes. that case was handled with us.
Correct.
So, and then what happened to Elijah? Because he's like off the grid.
Yeah, the sisters, Paula,
Mm-hmm.
Paula mentioned to my wife mm-hmm. once the Kenneth thing happened. She says, this doesn't make any sense. And I truly think that she made that story up with mm-hmm. Elijah as well, because, mm-hmm. and this is how it's been happening. Mm-hmm. Iyana gets in trouble for something. Mm-hmm. And Maya comes up with something. Like something happens with Maya. Iyana gets in trouble with something. Maya comes something. Yeah, is like she needs attention in some form, and I hate to say that, I really do.
Right.
But so far, that's kind of how things has been playing out. You know, and I, like I said, I don't want to put no shade or anything mm-hmm. on this situation. This is a very serious situation. I understand mm-hmm. that, but that has been the track record thus far. So now Iyana is missing. She ran away or whatnot. Now here I am sitting in the hot seat because Maya is mentioning me as that I was, you know, I'm Mr. Jose.
Okay.
You know, so.
Do you know who she ran away with?
I don't. Now, my wife asked me, when was the last time we had conversations with Iyana? And I think she gave you a date. And this is I guess, yeah. So, you know, that's the only time I've known her to leave. And this is because we heard it through, you know, the sisters, that she didn't show up after school or whatnot. And that's what it's been. I've been expecting Iyana to call me, text me, anything, Snapchat me, smoke signal.
How often do you usually speak with the girls?
The girls I speak with Maya and Iyana just almost about every day. You know, we speak. Yeah, just about every day. We spoke.
What's your Snapchat name?
My name. Yeah, we speak just about all the time. And
Johnathan
Johnathan J. Quiles, I think it is. And we speak all the time now. Like I mentioned before, they weren't happy. We even was setting up for them to live with us. Mm-hmm. You know, in 1503 East 16th Street, they were actually entertaining the dining room. We were going to close it off, put a TV in, try to get mom to be okay with it. And her only objectives was, I'm claiming taxes on them. You know, type of deal. Mm-hmm. So it's been a pattern that mm-hmm. just keeps on going with Kim. I'm not saying that she's a bad mother. She's mm-hmm. very young. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that these girls need attention, and the attention wasn't there. So we were just trying to pull them into our life, you know, to kind of keep them with us. And and have them,
Do you know why Samaya would tell me that you had had sex with her?
I have no idea.
Because
No.
you don't?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Because she's saying that you had sex with her and that she did not want to have sex with you.
That is absolutely absurd. No. I've never, ever
Okay.
got it out of line with the girls, never got inappropriate with the girls. If anything, I've always been trying to educate them on these stupid boys that's out here that's all about, because Maya really, her self-esteem is this big. And if you know anything about younger girls and
Yes,
self-esteem,
I do.
you will see exactly what I'm talking about. Every time I tell her how pretty, how beautiful she is, I let her know that, listen, you keep your head strong. And the same thing when she came out about Elijah situation, because she told me, you know what I'm saying? It's, the guy that's supposedly having inappropriate, contact with her, she was the one that confided to me, you know what I'm saying? And I coached her to expressing this to mom, telling them about it and stuff like that. And, I only have ever just been, you need to keep your head up. You're straight A student. You're gorgeous. You don't need to settle for, nonsense. And that's all it's been. I've never, ever, ever got out of line with this girl. Ever.
Okay. So there would be no reason to have any of your DNA.
Nope, not at all. In fact, if anything, you guys took my DNA at the house, correct?
So neither girl would have your DNA.
Nope.
So if I were to tell you that I found some underwear that had your DNA in it, how would you explain that?
I would say that is not, that there's no way in shape in any form.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no way.
Jonathan.
Okay.
There's no doubt that you're a good guy. You're a stand-up guy. You take care of your family. You take care of your family's family. I have no doubt about that, okay? I have no doubt you try to be a father figure. I have no doubt you try to be a positive influence on those girls. No doubt in my mind, okay? No doubt at all. It's obvious that you love those girls like they're your own.
Yeah,
I can see your face light up.
Yeah.
Nice and bright when you talk about them, because you love them like they're your own,
Correct.
And I don't doubt that for a second, okay? But I also know there's a reason why your DNA came back to Samaya's kit, okay? The kit, they sent the clothes, her kit, and everything off. Or Iyana, I'm sorry.
Yana.
I'm sorry. I get the two mixed up all the time.
He's talking about Iyana. So with the case across the street, there was a kit done.
Correct.
And she was wearing specific clothes to include underwear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she told me that was one of her biggest pet peeves, that they took underwear from her.
Okay. So that's what he's talking
That's
about.
what I was referring to.
That wasn't my DNA. That I didn't.
100%.
No way.
It's DNA. Yeah.
I'm not saying you're a monster. I don't think you're a monster at all. Okay? I think maybe they came on to you and things went a little too far. It happens all the time. Okay, did you know the age of consent in Florida is 16?
Yeah.
Were you aware of that?
No. Not at all.
It's 16. But what happened. It's done. It's over with. The main focus right now is trying to locate Iyana.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know where Iyana is at. I have no idea where to find her. She never told me anything about running away, and I can't. I don't know. I can't give you any information I don't have about her. Period.
Did you know that truck number 7 picked up the rollaway garbage on December 20th from the landfill?
I don't know what truck number. What are you talking about as far as
the large container that takes about a week to fill up?
Oh, and
At your work.
At your work?
Oh, I don't know what trucks pick them.
Yeah, truck 7 picked up the garbage that day.
Okay.
Do you know where they took it?
I would assume I work for the garbage company, probably landfill. I guess. It's
Be
either.
specific where they take it. everywhere. It's amazing with the landfill how they have everything gridded out.
Mm-hmm.
Like to the T.
Okay.
If this table were in the middle of that landfill, they could find it for me. That's
Like
how
I said,
fast.
I don't think you're a bad guy.
No.
Okay.
I think you love your whole family. I think you worry about Naomi. I think you worry about Mia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mia.
I think you worry about your son.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have a lot of things on your shoulder. And I think your parents, I think your mother raised you correctly.
Absolutely. This is why I'm as long as I'm living now.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So take us through exactly what happened.
With what? Are you? I mean, what are you guys implying?
So
Let's
listen,
just put it out on the table. for me.
We are telling you
Mhm.
that we know where the contents of that bin went. And you're sitting in here, and we even know the truck number.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, look through it. I mean, I have nothing.
No, we're here
Okay.
to discuss the day that was filled up.
Yeah.
We're here to discuss the contents of the dumpster at your work.
Yeah. Just whatever goes through, whatever comes out the vehicles usually go into a yellow bin. And then from there it gets dumped into the thing. Sometimes the tire guys on the concrete plant, they have like a blue basket or whatnot. It'll get dumped into another yellow.
So I'm
yellow
in
bin.
here discussing with you. Who am I discussing with you? Not car parts, right?
So you assume you're
We're
trying.
talking about Samaya, Iyana.
Okay.
Okay. So
We've talked to a lot of people. We've done a lot of research.
Mm-hmm.
We've done everything, okay? Because we were trying to find her. So we're looking into everything. We're turning over every stone because that's what her family deserves.
Yes.
All right? It's time to bring them closure. It's time to get through this. And it's time to put all this out on the table. All right?
I wish I could help you. I don't have any information as far as the whereabouts of Iyana, and as far as the DNA you guys talking about, that is, I mean,
there's no argument.
yeah, I can understand that, but I mean,
But you understand, like I wouldn't bring you in here if that wasn't 100%, because that would be like the craziest fishing expedition. Listen
can understand
to
that.
me,
Yeah.
honey, look me in the face. I would never bring you in here if I did not have that DNA 110%, because I would know that I was fishing in the dark, and I don't fish in the dark ever. I think you are a genuinely kind person. And I say that sincerely. I just look at me.
I'm looking at you.
I don't fish in the dark, my dear.
Okay.
I've been doing this so long. Long in the tooth.
Mm.
And I'm telling you right now, I did not bring you in here to go fishing in the dark either. So don't insult me.
I'm
Listen,
not insulting you at
Don't
all.
insult me with the DNA, because I'm 100% on that. She had your DNA, male semen, in her underwear. Do you understand?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but that's no way.
I'm just saying, no, there's 100%.
It's
No. Because either I'm lying
Yeah.
or it's 100%, and I'm telling you it's 100%.
Yeah.
That is something that I would never do in my business, in what I do. And let me tell you why. I have a policy on that. Because when I do what I do, because I'm special assault, that's what I do, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I go in a room and I say, yeah, I found your DNA, and they know their DNA couldn't be there,
Yeah.
see, I'm fishing in the dark, I'm swatting at flies. And there's no sense in doing that because it backfires every time. And when I train other detectives, I tell them, don't you go in there and bullshit about DNA, because it either is or isn't. And if you don't know, then shut your mouth. That's where I'm at. I'm not shutting my mouth. The DNA's there. Now, I don't know how it got there in her underwear, so I'm not going there, but I'm just telling you. There'd be no other reason for her DNA to be there, right? But that's neither here nor there as to what we're talking about. Because whatever's in her underwear isn't going to bring closure to her family, now is it? So I'm willing to shelf that for now. We'll shelf that one. But understand, say what you want about Kim, she's devastated because the child she birthed from her womb is missing, and her soul is dying, and her children cry, and I can't tell you how much we've put up with the crying. It's overwhelming them. They deserve better. They deserve better. Naomi deserves better. Your family deserves better. You were raised to be a quality person.
And that I am.
And they deserve to know the truth.
Yeah. I'm laying it all out for you. I'm laying it all out for you guys. I mean, you say you got DNA on me. I mean, I'm not trying to insult you.
Listen, that has nothing
or anything
to do.
like that.
Has nothing
You're
to do
implying about a dumpster or whatnot at the job as if I had something to do with Iyana's disappearance, and this is what you guys are pushing towards me. You know, but you're not saying it. I mean, you're kind of beating around the bush with it. Just tell me what you guys are implying. You're implying that I had something to do with Iyana's disappearance, and then and possibly being a dumpster. Is that where this is going right now?
We believe you're responsible for her disappearance. Yes.
Okay.
And listen, there's a lot of things that can overwhelm people. You get backed in a corner. You get overwhelmed. Overwhelmed. You're hitting me at every angle. Your wife's on bed rest. Is she on bed rest?
Correct.
That is a very, very tense time.
It's not the first time.
Yeah, but it's a tense time.
Yeah.
Right? It's not a relaxing day at the house every day. Because it's stressful for her every day. You know, because you want to do stuff and you can't.
My wife and I we have no issues whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
My wife and I have no problems. I mean, in the first year of our marriage has been hectic,
Mm-hmm.
but other than that, we've been two peas in a pie. So you can't bring my wife into any of this thing. That maybe this is the reason why I can possibly be the reason why Iyana is disappearing, as you just say.
Mm-hmm.
You know, truthfully.
How many months is your wife pregnant?
My wife is about to give birth.
Right.
Yeah.
And how far along was Iyana?
I don't know. The last
5 going on 6.
The last we checked, 5 months or something like that.
That's stressful.
Yeah. I mean, how, for whom though?
It's stressful. That would be stressful.
Yeah.
For both of them at the same time.
I wouldn't know anything about Iyana being stressed about any baby, because when she finally let anybody know about her being pregnant, she was over 5 months already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't know. That was just as shocked as her mother.
Mm-hmm. And you read the diary?
I'm sorry?
You read the diary.
I just read only the the pages that was given to my wife.
How would you surmise that diary?
As a girl that had a vivid imagination.
Who was in love.
Yeah, and you know what? Iyana's track record with boys is not.
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty intensive with her falling in love with people.
And the thing about the diary, it was written over from 2017 through 2018, and the same love was the same love the whole time. And it wasn't the kid across the street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last I checked was,
She's pretty, you're handsome. Let's just not even beat around the bush. And she's very clear. She's very clear. It's the same guy. And this is a diary that she goes back to over periods of time. Still talking about the same guy. So for a fantasy, it's a fantasy she's been repeating for over a year. And guess who's the topic of her fantasy?
Jose,
you.
No.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
100%.
No.
Because I also talked to Samaya.
Yeah.
Who's Jose? So Jose is my uncle.
Yeah. Like I said, it's not. I won't be surprised if they forced her to say that.
No, she didn't force course, when I was talking to her.
Yeah, I'm pretty
When
sure.
I made everybody leave, like we had a conversation.
That doesn't.
She doesn't, Samaya is a quiet person. But
This is crazy, dude. I'm like,
is not,
this
but
is like, wow.
and she is not as quiet as she is. She's a very dominant person, which is unusual. She has like a quiet power.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think you can get somebody to do crap if you don't want her to. I think that whole pleaser attitude, that's her manipulating.
It's been proven that she's easily manipulated by her mother.
Yeah, she didn't strike me as manipulated. And I know she told her, one thing I know is that she told her mom one story, but when I had her, we had another understanding. Cut the crap. And then she laid some stuff out with me that would just embarrass the hell out of her. Like stuff you don't want to say about yourself that she admitted to me that we're not complimenting to her. Right? But her mom wasn't in the room, so I let her do that. I gave her her respect. But she said things that weren't nice about herself. And that's when you know someone's being genuine. Because they cut the shit and they just say it like it is. Right? Because it is what it is. Sometimes you just got to put it on the table. It's like ripping a Band-Aid off or jumping in a cold pool. You just got to go for it or you'll be tiptoeing all day long. And we can tiptoe, Jonathan, all day long.
It's nothing to tiptoe about.
I don't want to tiptoe. And I'm telling you right now, she said things that we're not complimenting.
I understand that.
And she was very descriptive and very clear. And we discussed the diary, and she was clear about the diary. And she said, Iyana's a jealous girl. She is jealous. Who was she jealous of? And she was real clear. She was jealous of you. I mean, one word from you, one Snapchat from you, and she's in a tailspin. And that's, you know what? As a female, I can tell you, that's what first loves do. They're your most deep love of all. I can tell you about my first love many years ago. Now, it wasn't the love of my life. It was my first love, the most intense. That's when you're like crazy. Crazy love. You do anything for them. If they say hop in the car, you hop in the car. If they want to take you for a ride, you just go. If you want to just quit school and go live in New York, well, you'll just go do it. Because you're crazy in love. And you're not even thinking rational. It's like watching someone play house. Really. Now, I say that as an older woman. But I got to tell you, when I was her age, it would have made perfect sense. You fall in love and you think, we're going to go get a house and set up shop. And I'm not even thinking about how we're going to make a living. Or that I'm underage, or that I don't have my education. That's how crazy love is. When you're crazy in love. You're very gullible. Okay? And she's gullible. She was gullible. And she was madly in love. For over a year.
Yeah.
Over a year.
I'm sorry.
And then I have DNA. Then I have DNA in the pants that will not go away. Listen, I wouldn't be this calm. I would be working you over a little bit more. But that seals my deal. Like I said, we can shelf that part. Because at this point, Detective Abbott and I are more concerned with more pressing issue.
Okay,
and notice we're not looking for Iyana.
Yeah.
We're saying closure for the family.
I don't have any deal with Iyana's disappearance, and that's just what it's gonna be. I'm sorry, and you guys are charging me with it.
No. I'm not charging you with that. I have an accusation from Samaya.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's very descriptive. So I'm not charging you at this point with anything with Iyana.
So you.
I'm wanting closure.
I can't give you any closure that I can't give you any closure. I have nothing to do with. I'm sorry. I wish I can help you. I can't.
I think you absolutely could if you wanted to.
No, I can't.
I know this sucks.
No, this is
there's no way,
beyond sucks.
There's no way to turn back the time. What happened. We know that.
That's.
I just need you to tell me what happened.
I can't give you anything that I don't know anything about. I can't give you anything. I understand, you know, you guys got a job to do or whatnot, but you are looking at the wrong person. I have nothing to do with that girl disappearing whatsoever. Now, Samaya, in that situation, you will figure out that this is all bogus, and I have nothing to do with this either.
That may be the case.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'm looking at the wrong guy.
Well, I'm sorry. Then you know what? You just guys got to charge me for whatever you got to do, unless you have any other questions for me, or send me on my way. I don't need no water. Right now, I'm just beyond just baffled that I'm a person of interest in the disappearance of my niece. And then also what you're saying here as far as DNA goes, there's no way. See, because you
100%.
you say that
100%
okay,
DNA.
you say that you guys got my DNA, and I'm saying there's no fucking way that you guys got my DNA, because I've never, ever been disrespectful to my wife or to any of these girls whatsoever.
Give us a moment. You sure you don't want the water?
I'm good. I just, whenever you guys are done with me, I can go. That'll be great.
All right.
Thank you.
Did you know that this video was already available on our Patreon? And this case and many other cases will have lots of extras for you on our Patreon as well. Not only is it a great way to support the channel, you will get a lot of exclusive and early content as well. We have a free trial over there, so make sure you check us out. The link is below.
Hold on.
Just a few more things.
So that's her,
That's Iyana.
right? So I know I am real close with my siblings. I have a brother, constant pain in my butt. But to this day, I just love him. Do you have siblings?
I have my brother.
And are you twin?
No.
Oh, is
2
he
years
older or
apart.
younger?
Older.
He's older? You guys get along?
For the most part, yeah. Our relationship has never been, you know,
But down and down, y'all love each other. You got each other back?
I guess.
Yeah, because I know if something happened to me, my brother would go straight redneck right behind me and showing his butt.
Correct.
I count on it, right? But we don't always see eye to eye either. So, can you tell me why the brother that has your back would make a phone call and tell us in such great detail, how she must have been suffering?
Everything he's told us is lining up. Your job's cooperating. They're pulling all the video.
Yeah.
They've got the cadaver dog back there in the back where the old cars are.
Yeah.
Okay. We tracked down the dumpster. Who picked it up. Confirmed that it was picked up on the same day. Just like you told them.
What? Like I told who? My brother?
Your brother?
Mhm.
No.
How would someone in New York know all these things?
Me and my brother talk a lot. And
Yeah.
Threw her
That's
phone off
right.
the bridge.
Yeah.
How would he know so many details? And honey, he's in another state.
Yeah.
He's describing your workplace. He's like laying it out.
I've been
But
on
why would
video
he do that?
chat with him.
Why would he
multiple
do that
times.
though?
Video chat's not going to cover all that. You know that.
No. Video chat. I've been on video chat, and he knows my workplace because I stay. I
No.
work.
Besides that, he is so detailed.
I don't know what he told you.
He told us.
He told us the truth.
No.
He told us you tried choking her.
No.
Listen to me. Look at me, hon. It's a very personal thing.
Yeah.
To choke someone. And he said that it was making you sick.
No.
And it was making you sick looking at her face, probably listening to her. She was probably begging you, gurgling,
Panicked.
panicked.
I'm so sorry, guys.
And he said that
This is
you
not.
got really upset,
No.
and then you ended up shooting her.
No.
I don't know why your brother would say all that. I mean, is he as imaginative as Samaya? Do you know what I mean?
My brother, he sent me a message stating that he was gonna go
So he
over
told
to the
you?
police. Oh yeah, absolutely. He said he sent me a message today that he was
Well,
gonna
why
go
would
to the
he
police.
do that? He's your
No.
brother and you love each other. Why? What would even make him want to do that?
Yeah, look, my brother Joe, I don't know what the hell is going on with him, but
But he loves you.
I assume he does. I mean,
He does.
yeah.
Go ahead and talk.
My brother, when Iyana first went missing or whatnot, he asked me. He's like, "Yo, where is Iyana? Where is Iyana?" And I was literally crying. You know, I spoke to my pastor prior to him talking to me. I was already crying, and I got people over at the job knows that I was all messed up, crying and doing all that there stuff. And he was like, you know, what's going on? What's going on? And I was like, dude, Iyana done disappeared. She hasn't made it home yet, you know. And he was like, well, where is she? Where is she? I was saying, I told him, like, because he kept on saying, where is she? And my response to him was, yeah, I got her tied up in the back, like, you know, start being sarcastic. And from that point on, after we, you know, deaded the conversation, because I spoke to my wife after that and stuff like that, I didn't speak to him probably until maybe 3 days after that. I think it was after you guys came over to the house. And I explained to him that the homicide detectives came over to the house and all that. And he was like, man, what do you know, what's going on and all that? And I said, you know, they're just their routine thing. I gave them DNA or whatnot, whatever they asked for, I gave them. I'm compliant. I have nothing to hide. And he was like, man, yeah, that's just so messed up. Why are they looking at you though? That was our conversation. And then comes, I believe yesterday, he called me again, and he's all like, all fucked up, like all messed up. And I'm like, yo, dude, what the hell is going on with you? And he says, nah, I can't believe that you did that to that girl and all that there stuff. I was like, hold on, bro. How long you been feeling this since the last time we talked? He's like, yeah, I haven't been able to eat. I haven't been able to sleep and doing. I was like, dude, I could have put that shit to bed from the beginning. You know, if you know, we always joke about, because my brother and our relationship that's all it's been. We grew up together, but his style of life didn't concur with my style of life. I was in, you know, the NYPD auxiliary police office, and he was a drug dealer, you know, so our life didn't, you know, coincide with each other. So, you know, we never been that tight. So anything that we've ever talked about was always on joking basis. You know, him being in love with a midget, you know what I'm saying? You know, him being with other women around his wife and all that dear stuff because he's Muslim or whatnot. Everything has always been on a joking matter. Like, I would, you know, I don't understand.
He wasn't joking when he called us.
Well, I obviously, because I'm sitting here, right here in front of you guys.
But Johnathan, you also know, you're telling us everything he said is bullshit. Right?
Yeah.
Straight 100% bullshit, even with all the details.
Great. I don't even know where he got all them details from.
Just like it's bullshit that your DNA was found on that stuff with Iyana.
Yeah.
Which would maybe cause, you know, semen causes the baby.
I guarantee you that ain't no bullshit.
Yeah.
That is not no bullshit, okay?
There's just no way. There's no way. I'm telling you.
Look, shit has happened.
Yeah.
Okay? Things went bad, okay? I'm not trying to cuss, but I cuss all the time. Look, things happened. Things went too far. We know. It's over. This is done. This is totally over.
Saying that no way this could happen. This happens every day.
Yeah.
You can sit there
They were
and
questioning
sit there
you.
and go over this 1,000 times and keep saying no, no, no. But we know.
The DNA doesn't lie.
We know this happened. Okay? Your brother had too many details, and maybe you did walk through on the video chat or whatever. He knew things about the inside of that junkyard that he wouldn't know. He knew things about that bridge that's between your home and your work, where you told him you threw her phone off in the river.
No way.
And you're going to sit there and still
We
say
have
no?
a dive team
I'm telling
looking.
you.
Your boss is helping.
Yeah.
We've got dogs in that yard.
They found a
It's
car.
the little
When we
things
went out
too.
there, they found a car with blood in it.
No way.
Listen.
There's no way, man. I'm telling you. You guys,
Jonathan,
there's no way.
Jonathan.
This is your time to
Yeah.
get it
Devil
right.
is in the details. But let me tell you this, even just the little things throughout. Like your name didn't come out of a hat. We're not picking on you. When they questioned you, and they were talking to you at your home,
What time?
homicide.
Okay.
Okay? You mentioned to them that she had 38 pair of underwear.
No, my wife mentioned that.
Huh?
She said
My wife
she
mentioned
took her prized possession, all her Victoria's Secret
Yes.
underwear,
Yeah.
and you said 38 pair.
Yeah, no. Well, I was giving. I don't know exact pairs of underwear with her, but I was just saying. That's what I'm saying. Really, that's what she held like to her highest standard
But
was
who would know?
her underwear.
Her own mom didn't
Everybody, yeah, she does.
she doesn't.
I'm sorry, that's
We
BS.
asked her. We asked her, and she didn't even know why we were asking. We
She's
said,
like, yeah,
"How
she's
many
got those underwear,
She
but
said she
I don't know how many she
I
has.
asked Samaya off the cuff, "You know how many underwear your sister?" She started laughing, and she said, "Well, no. Like, why would I know?" But you threw out a number, and you know, it's so funny because sometimes when people are hiding something because they're desperate, they will hide it, but their body always tattletales on them. Yeah. They give off things that they didn't mean to give off, and I can see her sharing with you.
To hide.
I can see her sharing
And
with
it's
you.
my
with
wife
her little bags
that set
packed.
the numbers of underwears that she has because my wife
Someone
knows.
picked her up from school, and someone took her to where you work.
I'm sorry.
Don't
Guys,
be sorry.
I'm
Listen,
sorry that you guys are thinking that this is the situation now, because I spoke to my brother and I know what he was telling you guys and all that.
Detail.
Yeah, and I'm like I keep on saying
He got his
I'm
details
sorry
from you.
He did not get his details from me.
No, he
because
did.
he did not. No,
I
he
talked
did
to him
not.
today.
Good. I'm glad you did. My brother, I mean, if that's what you're gonna got, if you guys got to go off of, I mean,
We
it's
are confirming everything he told us.
Okay. Then I don't know.
But this is
what
your
else to
chance.
tell
This is
you.
your chance, man.
I mean,
Come on.
seriously.
This is your chance to do the right thing.
Was so in love with you.
No,
So in love with you.
not with me.
She was. And she definitely had a pair of underwear on with your guy swimming in it.
No.
Yes. That's 100% science. That's science you can't argue with. No. And that's from a long time ago. So this isn't even something that was recent. And I can see her being 5 months pregnant when your wife, who is a very dominant person, because you said yourself she's a blunt, pull no punches woman.
Right.
And I got to tell you as a woman, if I'm on bed rest with your baby, I don't want to find out that my niece is also with your baby. And when we have little play dates, and we have no, well, seriously.
I'm being very serious.
You're correct on that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll agree on that. That's a non-starter. And when you say, well, I don't have any pressure, listen, you did.
I did not. I don't have
Twin
any
birthdays.
pressure at all.
Listen, not even birthdays, just the same thing. How do you even have Christmas? How do you have any holidays? Because the little baby Iyana would have had was looking a lot like the one you just had. Right? And that's evident from her diary, her 4-page diary, where she goes into great detail about how much she's in love with you. And on top of all of that, we have the DNA. Then we don't even know your brother. He found us. Are you kidding? He's calling us with details. You tried to choke her, and she wasn't dying right, and it was making you sick. Looking at her.
That is crazy.
Well, that's something no one asked for. How long didn't you know you had a brother? He enlightened us. DNA is science. We can, that's given. She's speaking from the dead. She's speaking from the dead. 4 pages at different times of her love. professing her love and how she wants to run away. How y'all are going to just be that little family that I talked about. How when you're so in love, you just are gullible and you do whatever someone says. And if they say, hey, pack a couple bags, meet me on the edge of your school property, we're going to run away together. Oh, I believe she did it. I certainly do. I believe she did it. And I believe it's just a matter of time. And the question is, you talked about Samaya making you out to be a monster. Question for you, Johnathan. Are you a monster? Are you a monster?
Not at all.
Look at her face.
I could look at her face.
They need closure.
I'm not a monster. I have nothing to do with her disappearance. I have nothing to do with her disappearance at all.
So the whole family's off. Samaya's a liar. Your brother who loves you is just crazy. Right? Everyone's just circling Johnathan.
The last I spoke with my brother, he was all bent out of shape, and he was just like, yeah, I can't believe, I'm disappointed in you and all that there stuff. And I'm like, hold on, bro. You got this all twisted. I didn't do nothing. I have no idea what the hell happened with this young lady, any of that. So
then how did he have all those details?
I don't know how he had all those details. I'm sorry. I don't know how he had any of those details.
You told him.
No.
You know you did.
I did not.
Sometimes when things happen, and like I said, the body will tattletale on you. Sometimes it's a very common thing. It's very common. See, you maybe have never done this stuff before, but this is all we do.
I understand that.
So we'll meet 50 Jonathans in a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hell, I could write a book. So one of the things our little bodies do, Johnathan, is that we need to do something cathartic. We need to do something that takes that edge off, that stress, that freak out moment. Full tilt boogie. That's when you just absolutely lose it. And you got to come back to ground. And sometimes what they do is they'll tell someone they most trust, like, say, a brother. And they will tell them what they did because then they feel a little bit better, like they're freaking out and they got to replay it. Like, I got to really go over that I really just do that? And he said he didn't believe you at first. He thought you were kidding. But it was so detailed.
No. I'm sorry. Nope.
He didn't sound crazy.
Johnathan,
he sounded very down to earth.
Why'd you get a new phone?
My phone was cracked. It was broken on the back of it, and then the front, and then the screen was starting to have
Why'd
issues.
you sell your van?
Well, the
I'm
reason
a fire sale, man.
the reason, because the starter went out on it, and I've been, and you could even ask Johnathan. I've been Johnathan from my job. He's the guy that hired me. This is even prior to her even being, coming out to being pregnant. I've been asking them how much would they give me for the van because it was something that I wanted to get rid of because I have the van, I have my Dodge Durango, and I have a Dodge Intrepid that's in the yard. So that me getting rid of my van is why I can't buy.
So we have a family.
And if anything, we offered it to Kim. Yeah, we offered to give it to her.
Kim doesn't recall that.
Yeah, of course she doesn't. You could ask my wife. She was the one that offered it to her.
So Johnathan, you have.
And I offered it to my brother. Excuse me, I offered it to my brother. I said, come down here and get this title for this van, drive it back. And this was been months prior to her even anybody finding out that she was pregnant or anything. So, I mean, I've been trying to get rid of my van. This is just coincidental that I sold my van after she disappeared. This is something that has been pre-planned. I had somebody at the job that wanted to buy it. He never showed up, so I put it on Facebook.
How'd you get her into the job site?
I didn't get nobody into no job site at all.
Even in here, it talks about you being mad because she didn't tell you she was pregnant first.
No.
Like you were supposed to be the one. Because then y'all could, fix the problem.
Not at all.
That's her writing it. She authored that. She offered that. That's her. You were mad. He was angry at me because I didn't tell him first.
No.
You don't tell. You know who you don't tell first if you're her age? Mom's usually first. But you know who you don't tell? the baby daddy. So we have a family that you did everything for. Drop work, drop everything, and go help. And what do they repay you with? Accusations of impregnating her and teaching her about sex.
Correct.
And then we have our DNA, which, I'll be honest, we were looking at the guy across the street. He was the only guy on the radar. You weren't even, I didn't even know your name. Who are you? You meant nothing to me. I didn't even know you were there. Who's Uncle Johnathan? I don't know. I'm looking at the kid across the street, the 21-year-old. And I say, hey, let's get his DNA. Now, we got his DNA, sure enough. But we got yours too. Boom, who is this? Who's this? Just popped up. I wasn't looking for it. Okay? That is the God's honest truth. I wasn't looking. I didn't know who Johnathan was till the DNA came back. Right? Then we have the van for sale. Then we have questioning. And you know exactly how many pair of underwear. Hell, our own mother doesn't know that. Then we have a large 4-page love letter that just goes on. And it starts from 2017 all the way till now. Then we have a family member, a brother, who's got your back. He's your brother, grew up with you, lives in New York, calling us with details like you can't imagine. You can't write. This wouldn't even sell as a movie. It's just so many places and pieces together. Johnathan, at a certain point, every bit of it fits together. And now we're searching the areas. We're working with your employers. We're checking with our dive team. And listen to what I'm telling you. At some point, be the child your mother raised. Look at her face and don't be the monster.
I'm not the monster.
Are you being a monster?
I am not being a monster.
I'm looking at someone that needs to absolutely stop with this. It's ridiculous. I'm telling you all this stuff, every bit of it. And why?
I'm sorry.
And in the end, but Johnathan, in the end, what you're telling me is, I'm a great guy. I'm a loving guy. I do nothing but love my family and my extended family. I was raised right. I'm a good guy. I love my wife, love my children, raised them like daughters. But for some reason, every single bit of your support system and love that totally surrounds the world of Johnathan has agreed. Johnathan killed her. Johnathan killed her, and he got rid of her body in a dumpster. Number what?
Truck number 7.
Truck number 7. And truck number 7, on that very day, has an absolute place exactly where they have to dump their stuff. It's all done on computer. It's a big fat grid. It's amazing.
No, I'm well aware of the
and the brother from New York's calling us with details. Are you kidding? And you're looking at us like, I'm such a great guy. I don't even know why I'm sitting in here.
And I situation, have to tell you. Excuse my
and your own niece, you're telling me your niece would never say those things unless someone made them.
Correct.
She was reliving sex with you. And she told me that she heard you on monthly times. She knew of you having sex with Iyana, and she would describe to me, because she said Iyana was so jealous that she wanted her to know exactly what you did with your penis and what you did here and there and what she did to make you happy. She went into great detail about her making sure she knew it, because she said my sister was just so jealous. So jealous. And Samaya has no reason to lie. Where's the payoff for her? Where's the payoff if she lies? Where's the big payoff? What does she get in return? No trips to the beach, no trips to the pool, no fabulous stay at your house anymore, right? I get she's persona non grata at your house. The house you said she wanted desperately to live in.
Correct.
That's her payoff. Where's the payoff for her? Where does harming you? You're telling me she's texting you, apologizing that you're even being drugged down like this. Where is the payoff for Samaya to talk about you? Where is that?
Hey guys, I'm sorry. Hey, we got something we need to look at real quick.
Okay.
We'll be with you in a second. I appreciate it.
Do you need some water?
Okay.
Okay, Miles.
And she had to run. So this is my partner, Detective Guthrie. We're almost done. All right, just bear with me. I just want to run through this timeline one more time, just so I can make sure I got all my facts straight. Okay? Because I mean, I talked to you, I took some notes, but I don't want to inaccurately document this. Okay? So tell me again.
Tell you about what? What am I telling you?
Okay. When did all this start? When did you first find out she was missing?
I believe the
Without all the stuff in between, just
the day that she didn't come home from school.
okay. What day was that?
I couldn't tell you. I'm not good with dates, so I don't know if it was a Wednesday or Thursday. I know it was that she wasn't on the bus. My wife called me and said that Iyana didn't make it home from school.
Okay, was that the last day of school before?
I don't know.
Before the break?
I think they had. Well, I don't know. No, because my son was still going to school, so it had to been, I guess, in the middle of that week or something like that.
Okay, so you're thinking Wednesday, Thursday of whatever week that was.
Yeah.
Okay, it was actually the 19th. That's when they reported it. Okay. So right before the break. Right before the break. All right. When was it that you first talked to your brother?
I think it was the day after she didn't come home.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she didn't come home the 19th, so it would have been
the 20th or something.
the 20th. Okay. And that's Joseph, right?
Yeah.
Same last name, Quiles?
Quiles, correct, yeah.
Quiles?
Okay.
Okay.
Quiles, yeah.
Okay. All right. When did you talk to him again?
It was about, I want to say anywhere from 3 to 4 days after that. Like I said, I'm not too.
Was it after Detective Guthrie and I came out and talked to you?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, that's right. That's when you guys came to the house. I think I talked to him. It wasn't that day for sure. I know it was maybe the day after, or because it was Sunday, was it not, that you guys came? So yeah, Monday I believe I spoke to him.
Okay, so we came out on Sunday. What was 30th?
30th.
And then the 31st was Monday, New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve. Yeah, because I was at work. I was at work that day, and then New Year's Day, I think it was off.
And what conversation was that with him on the 31st?
Prior to him, I believe he called me. Prior to him calling me, I was speaking to my pastor, and I was pretty much expressing the concern and stuff like that I had with Iyana not coming home. You know, this is not like her. You know,
Why would you talk to your pastor about that? Because I mean, he doesn't seem like he's involved with it.
Oh well, he's not involved, but I mean, my wife is super pregnant. She's high risk. It's not something that I can just she's already stressed on her own, and from the last pregnancy, it's just only anything that can have her prematurely go into the hospital. We had to stay last time almost a month in the hospital until we got our daughter out. So
when is your daughter's or your wife's due date?
The 28th. Like I said, you can't quote me on this month. And I know it was supposed to be a little longer than that, I think in February, but since she's high risk, they kind of gave her a lower date.
I know you said initially when we were talking to you, we're asking you questions about the disappearance, and you said my wife is absolutely has nothing to do with this.
No, what do you mean?
Well, you were saying that's what you told us. You're like, my wife doesn't know anything about her disappearance. She's not involved with her disappearance.
I never said anything.
You didn't say that to us?
Sir. No, it was never a question for me to warrant me to even say anything like that.
Well, we were asking about you and your wife, and and where she went. Because I said, who took her? Where did she go? What do you know about that?
Yeah, and we don't.
And you said me and my wife.
We don't know
doesn't
nothing
know anything about that.
Correct. Me and my wife doesn't know anything about her disappearance whenever she left or whatever she did.
Do you realize because it's your wife, and also because she's pregnant, she seems to kind of be the dominant role in your marriage. That it's also a possibility we've considered that maybe she put you up to something.
No.
And that we also need to talk to her too, and we need to bring her down here and talk to her also as a suspect.
You don't even have to do any of that. You could talk to her at the house. Like I said, that wasn't you. I talked to the other guy. You guys could have called me. I would have came in here willingly to talk to you guys. We have nothing to do with the disappearance of Iyana Sawyer. We have nothing to do with it at all, whatsoever.
What do you think your wife's going to say when we ask her those questions?
She's going to say the same thing.
Are you sure?
I'm bothered.
Because everybody else is saying that you are.
Yeah. And it's just unfortunate, but that's not the truth.
Well, unfortunate is a huge understatement.
Yeah. It is. But, like I keep on expressing over and over.
I know you do. But I also understand that this is a very difficult thing to talk about. And I know that it would be a very difficult thing to talk about. I understand that, one, admitting to yourself is bad enough, but admitting to someone else something crazy like this, it's hard to admit that, you can be capable of doing something so crazy.
No,
but it happens.
Not in this case, man. I'm telling you, not in this case. I'd have nothing to do with Iyana's disappearance whatsoever. You guys could comb through their yard. You guys could go through all the video thing, and it will exclude me from you guys' investigation. As far as Samaya goes, in that situation, you will see how many times she changes her story, and you see how unreliable her word is. I know the young lady that was sitting here is completely adamant about me being the monster, but I'm not.
She never said you were a monster. And I also made that clear. I don't even think you're a monster.
Yeah.
I think people make mistakes. It happens. We got to deal with it.
Yeah, I agree. But
if you fuck up, you got to deal with the consequences.
Yeah.
It's been that way since day one, and it's always going to be that way.
I understand that. But like I said, I have nothing to do with Iyana's disappearance at all. At all. Whatsoever. I know you guys got a call from my brother. He told me that he was going to call you guys.
Why would he give us this story?
See, like I explained to the officers that was here, when after I got off the phone with my pastor and I was talking to him and just pretty much, just venting pretty much to him on how worried I am about Iyana. She's always, never once that she's ever said I'm gonna run away or did anything like that. Just always that she was gonna finish school. She's in, high scholarship, programs and everything has been school, and she's gonna graduate early, move out the house that way. It's never been that she's just gonna haul ass one day out of the blue. So that freaking bothered me. And I was expressing that to my pastor, and then after that my brother called me and I was speaking to him and pretty much giving him the rundown on what all is happening and all that. And then And then I also mentioned to the pastor about the allegations about this possibly being my baby and all that dear stuff. And I also said the same thing to my brother. And then his thing was like, all right, so then where is she? Where is she? And me being sarcastic, it's like, yeah, I got her tied up in the backyard. You know, like, where the fuck you think she is, Joe? I don't know where the hell she is. You know what I mean? And I don't know what part of that he grasped onto and kept on that he couldn't sleep at night and he couldn't eat at night. Because had he have called me prior to that, because we spoke after that, and it wasn't even like a topic. It was more about, you know, because he wigged out on his wife and not paying his child support. So that was the main topic of that day, and I explained to him that you guys came through, and he was like, well, why are they even looking at you and all that their stuff. And then that was the last conversation we had. And then this next conversation is, you know, I told the police that you know that you freaking murdered this girl. So I'm pretty much patiently waiting for a freaking phone call.
So
and,
you
know,
you talked to your pastor because you're worried about your niece.
Correct.
You know, we don't know where she's at. We don't know if she's alive.
I'm pretty sure that she's alive and she's well. Whoever
you
she's
still think
with.
that after all this time?
Absolutely. Because
so you're talking
I know
to
you guys are saying that all this here stuff, the dumpster and all that, but like I'm telling you, I have nothing to do with that. So my in the back of my head is she ran away and she's with whoever she ran away with and she's doing great, because that's what keeps me going, not all the other allegations that you guys are coming up with, that she may be in the damn dumpster or whatnot.
Well, can you explain this to me? you talked to your pastor because you're upset about her being gone. Absolutely. Because you're worried about the allegations.
Well, I wasn't worried about the allegations because I had nothing. I was just telling them, I said it, right. And you know, right. It's like for them to even think that of me, and that was you know, that was. So you need. I know you told me, but you need to vent. You need to vent to him about this. Yeah, because I can't.
Because it's weighing on you. Then why in the hell would you joke to your brother about her being tied up in the backyard or the job site?
Yeah, I didn't. Why
would you go into great detail?
No, and I get. I didn't go into any details. This is why when you're saying
you did go into great detail, because there's no way in hell that your brother would know those details, and there's no way in hell
I'm telling you,
that video chatting him, he would be able to.
This everything about the video chat. This is where you guys are messing up. The video chat is something when he first swapped over from my iPhone to the Android, he was able to video chat again. So I work on a lot of the loaders. I do the excavator. I'm all around guy over there. So I got, and it's still in the damn loader. So I got my phone case to be held there, and I video chat, and I took him around the whole yard. So he knows what's everything at all around the yard. He's seen it, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying.
Did you go through and show him, like, okay, this building is where we do this?
Yeah, I said this is how we go when we get the cars for the intake. When this is how the processing, because I took them through all of it. I said we get the cars, the tow trucks bring the cars in. From there, they get cleaned. They put all the junk in the small yellow dumpster. From there, I'll grab it, put it on the rack. They drain it from all the fluids. From there, I put it on in the back end of it. From that point, then it goes out into the yard. If in fact, if it's an older vehicle, they'll put crush on it. And sometimes some of the newer vehicles get put crush on because if they can't get any money out of it, that's just how it goes.
So the loader is what, a front end loader?
It's a front, yeah,
to pick up a vehicle.
Correct. It's
so
a
you
tire.
can pick the vehicle up and essentially drive it wherever you want on that front.
Yep, and drop it. They usually put them on stands and stuff like that, and that's how you're able to kind of crawl under the vehicles to pull your parts or whatnot. So So yeah, he's well informed on how the yard works. Show them the excavators. I've operated the excavator on video with him as well.
What is the excavator?
The excavator is in a spot where after the cars come from the yard, that they've been sitting there too long, and they no longer have quality parts to take off of it. And sometimes they do, but it's just past its time.
The older cars?
Yeah, they will bring, and they'll if it has aluminum rims, it'll go on the side. They'll pop the rims off, and that's when they started implementing these new tire bins or whatever. Anyway, that's a long story, but from there it'll go to a pile that the excavator will grab, sit it, put the forks on it, because they have like these crunchers that just hold the car down. The motor gets ripped out, the wiring harness gets pulled, and then from there it'll go into a crusher. And then I think they do 4, depends on the weight of the vehicle, sometimes 3, 4 stacks of it. Then they wrap it, and then they'll put it on a 53-foot, flatbed trailer, and it goes to a crushing company or whatnot.
Where do they keep the older vehicles?
Now depends what type of older vehicles. What are you saying? Like
the ones that
Monte Carlos? Oh no! So this is how it's set. You have the imports on one side, you have Fords, GMs, and you have, they just set them up in categories like Ford trucks, the trucks and stuff like that. Some like SUVs, vans, and trucks, they'll go in one spot. Like 2-door cars, convertibles, Mustangs, that will go in one spot. Then the imports and the Honda Civics and all that will go in one spot. So how they do it is once they'll pull this row here. The next row that needs to get pulled is this one. The only rows that don't get pulled by a certain time is these ones that's all the way in the back, and those are like old school cars, like
Are those kept separate from everything else?
Yeah, those are more towards the rear end, and I mean it's still in the same yard, but they sit there longer. They won't rotate those cars because they're like classic cars, like the old Bentleys, the old whatever, all the old cars, Monte Carlos, anything 85s, or older. They stay in there, but the majority of the other cars, they kind of get rotated every week sometimes. Sometimes it depends on what all you get in. If you get a lot of imports in, then the imports are going to get rotated more than the other cars. And if you have like trucks and buses and stuff like that, they will usually rotate. It just all depends on.
Do they tell you which cars to go out and pick up?
They will give a roll to Wayne. Wayne is the guy that normally pulls the rolls, and his helper is Don. So he has a ground guy, and then they'll give a sticky note, usually on the window, because they pre-plan what rolls they're gonna pull due to the inventory that just came in for the day. Sometimes they get 80 cars in, and sometimes they get 40. It's been light these past days, so sometimes it's 100 cars. It all depends on what type of cars they get and what's the availability as far as space goes.
Are those the only guys that pick those cars up?
Wayne is the roll puller. You have Earl Moore. He operates the rack, so he will pick up the vehicles from intake that was just cleaned out, set them down onto the rack. They get drained, and then he will put them into a line, which SUVs is in one line, imports is in another line, then you got Fords.
Is this the same thing that you do?
No, well, it depends.
You mentioned picking the cars up and putting them in the crusher.
Correct.
I think's what it's called.
Now, yeah, that's
them on the
it all depends on if we short guys. If Earl doesn't come in, Wayne he's a big baby, so he'll cry about something not working on his machine. He'll park his machine and he'll leave out. And at that point, because I don't pull the rolls, I let Earl, because they have more experience in doing that. And truthfully, it keeps me in the vicinity because I normally will give guys proper PPE, whatever they need. So I'll stay in this one area where the rack is, or if not, I'll feed the guys in the concrete yard.
Do you ever go out and do that?
What you mean? Yeah, well, pick up. No, not in the yard. I don't pull cars from the yard. I've never done that.
Okay.
I like to keep it that way. And the reason why is it just gets stupid sometimes. As far as you got customers there, you know, you're trying to pull the roll. They're still trying to pull parts and all that. So I leave that to Earl, and Earl is more. He likes to do that because he's able to be on his phone. He's not being watched and stuff like that. So if Wayne is not doing it, Earl is doing it. And if we have both of them gone, which is very rare, I'll have to shut down vehicles going out into the yard. No rolls are gonna get pulled, and no vehicles are gonna go on the yard. And then all I will do is take the processed vehicles that come in and stack them on the rack, and then stack up those behind the rack. There's lanes that you stack those cars that was processed that has no fluids and stuff in the vehicle. And we'll wait till they get back, and then they'll know how to run them all out. There's another guy named Red. Red, yeah. I don't know his real name, but it has to do the reason why they call him Red.
What's your preacher's name?
Don Johnson. Yeah.
Where does he preach at?
The House of Prayer. It's off of Crestline Drive. It's behind the Roses, right off, so you got the Arlington Expressway.
Mm-hmm.
You have that big old Roses right there. Actually, where that guy got robbed and they shot him, the gas station.
Mm-hmm.
The Roses is right there, and then behind that.
And over off Merrill Road.
Was that Merrill Road? No. This is we talking a little while back. They shot the guy that was behind the register, the old guy, and he gave him, the story went that he gave him the money, and that guy ended up shooting him anyway. So that wasn't on Merrill. That was because it's closed down now. So is that gas station? Roses is right there. And then behind that, there's the church, and then there's the fire department right there as well. So,
do you know his phone number?
It's in my phone.
Okay.
I don't know it by heart.
All right.
So,
well, I think I have a good understanding of how that business works, and I can see where your brother would get a lot going through with the video chat, because you're just kind of like,
yeah, I just put it in the windshield.
This is that.
Yeah.
How long ago was this? You did that?
Oh shoot. Let me see. Man,
a year ago.
I hate these questions because I can't with the dang.
How long have you worked there?
I've worked there for probably maybe going on 3-4 months, 5 months, maybe probably even longer than that. So when I first started working there, I was just like the mechanic type of deal, and then Larry broke his foot, and Larry is my supervisor, the guy that you saw in the blue shirt. Yes, he broke his foot, and I took over his position because I was the one that was more than qualified to do so, and that's when that happened. I was able to show
within
him.
The last 6 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was able to show him, more on the ins and outs of the property, because when Larry is there, I get a list of things that they want him to do, and then he just kind of gives them to me. Just like when they came, I was doing a fence, I'm a diesel mechanic that works on machines, but so that's kind of the deal there. Yeah, he knows. He pretty knows. He knows he's seen the yard. My brother's he's seen the yard.
Has he ever been to Jacksonville?
He's lived here.
So he's never seen that. Other than being on the phone, he's never seen that property.
That property, no. Not that I'm aware of.
Has he ever been to your new house?
No.
Trout River Drive?
No. But I also showed that when we first moved there too. Even in the old house, he's also seen that too. I've shot him videos. We've also did video chat, because at one point I had an iPhone and he did too. And we did video chats.
Just around the house. You weren't like driving or anything.
No. Because everything was just walking. The tire swing. When I put up the tire swing, it was a freaking awesome thing. So it had like 40-foot chains and big old semi tires.
Is that on East 16th Street?
Yeah, 1503 East 16th Street. Well, the tire's not there, and I got a metal rod in my leg because.
I just remember you saying that it fell.
Yeah, and it came down pretty hard. So.
Right.
Yeah.
But even with those video chats, what I'm getting at There ain't no way.
He's got
There's
way
no
too many details.
Way.
Yeah, I like I said,
He has firsthand knowledge of this.
yeah, I don't know how he came up with any of these details that you guys are expressing.
What has he got to benefit from for calling us?
And you know, I don't know that. And when I spoke to my aunt today, you know, that's what I asked. Like, what was the benefit of him,
There is
you
no
know,
benefit.
calling and doing all that? I mean, I know he said that he couldn't sleep at night and do all that, but it's like, wait a minute. You could have talked to me when you spoke to, if he was feeling that way, you could have spoke to me after like the third day or the fourth day when I spoke to him about you guys.
What you told him is tough to stomach.
What that was like? No, because it wasn't. See, I wish you guys would have been able to hear it, because then he's like, "Oh no, that's obvious, sarcastic."
What you told him is a tough thing to stomach, and it's a tough thing to live with, given that he also has a daughter, and he wouldn't want nothing bad to happen to her, just like you wouldn't want nothing to happen to your daughter.
Yeah, I understand. that,
And you also understand people make mistakes.
I do,
and that's fine.
I understand that, but
That's totally fine.
This doesn't have nothing to do.
Well, if this isn't a mistake, then what is it?
I said this doesn't have nothing to do with me at all. That I'm not saying anything about any mistakes. I'm saying this right here, her disappearance, her running away, has nothing to do with me at all. It doesn't. That's just flat out, man.
This is your opportunity to come clean.
Yeah, I'm giving it to you.
It makes no sense what you were telling us.
I understand that, but like
None
I said,
whatsoever.
you guys, once you finish sweeping the yard, once you guys do all your investigation work, and you guys will see that I have nothing to do with this at all. I'm telling you, I have nothing to do with this whatsoever.
What do you think your wife's going to say when we bring her in here and talk to her?
I'm pretty sure she's gonna give you exactly what I'm giving you guys.
What do you think she's going to say when I tell her that Iyana's DNA or your DNA is in her underwear?
I'm pretty sure she's not gonna believe it.
I'm here to tell you, scientifically proven. 100%. We're not bullshitting you on this case.
Your wife is going to go into self-preservation mode. That's what she's going to go into. She's got a baby on the way. She's got your young daughter, 4 years old. Four. She's keeping up with your son too.
Yeah,
it's a lot to keep up with. You know, she suspected some things. She may have even mentioned it here and there under her breath. This is going to confirm what she knew. Okay? We don't want to put her through any undue stress.
I don't want you guys
by
to
having
put
to
her.
bring this up, by having to drop a fucking bomb in her lap. And that bomb is the DNA. We don't want to have to do that. Okay? But this is a conversation we're going to have with her. And there's going to be a lot of stuff coming out that she might not normally say. And you know that. Okay?
I know. I mean, I really don't want you guys to drag her all the way over here.
We don't have a choice.
But if, like I said, if you guys have to drag her over here and give her, you know, the same speech that you guys are giving me.
It's not a speech.
I mean, it's
not a speech. It's evidence.
This is a heartfelt conversation. This is, bro, we know what you did. It's over. It's over. I know you tried hard to hide this. You did everything you could, and you failed.
No, I'm not hiding anything from you guys at all. Because if I had anything to hide, I would have.
But yet, your brother from a state
I would have never gave you my DNA. I offered it to you. You guys didn't ask for DNA.
We asked for it. We said, "Do you mind if we get a DNA sample?"
And after the fact that I offered it to you guys, so you
No,
didn't
I
mind.
asked you for
You said
it.
you didn't mind. You don't
I said,
mind.
"Do you mind giving me DNA?" And you said no.
Absolutely not. That's correct. And I was like, "Look, I don't mind giving you guys any because I don't have anything to hide, anything to hide whatsoever. I've been more than cooperative for this whole process here, more than cooperative, and you guys know that." So,
What? Did she threaten you?
Iyana never.
Did she threaten to tell your wife about the pregnancy? Or
my
threaten
wife
to get you in trouble?
No, my wife was the one that told me about the pregnancy. That was how she stood the night, the weekend prior, I think, the weekend prior to her we finding out that she was pregnant.
Which was in November.
Yeah, whenever that was. But she was weird. She was acting weird. My wife noticed it almost immediately. And she's never in the room, like that. She never isolates because she's always in the front with Jaco or always in my son's place, and she's just always in the front. Like she's out and about, and she's just distant, at that time. So when we found out that she was pregnant, now we started recalling like little things that were going on, like she was always hungry or she was always throwing up. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know anything. We never put two and two together.
She didn't want you to know. She didn't want your wife to know.
Oh well, no. I didn't know. I don't know what is going on with this girl at all. That baby that she's having or holding, that has nothing to do with me whatsoever, at all. I thought you guys went and did the DNA with the blood that she done took out. I mean, you guys could do that and you'll see. That baby is not mine. You know what I mean?
We saw that your DNA is in her underwear.
No, it's no way. I'm telling you, there's no way.
There is a way.
It's your sperm.
Scientifically proven.
There's no way.
Do you think we're bullshitting about that?
I really do.
We're not.
I really do. Yeah.
I'm sorry, sir. We are not bullshitting.
Yeah.
So, I think you got a lot to lose. I think that the fact that she could potentially be pregnant by you, and you know that, has you on edge. I think the fact that her family was 100% okay, they didn't want her to be pregnant at 16 years old, but the fact that she is, listen, hang on.
Yeah.
The fact that she is pregnant, her family would support her 110%. What they won't support is the fact that finding out you are that child's father. Who has the most to lose in this family right now?
So then answer me this.
Who has the most to lose?
I not me, because I don't have nothing to do with this situation here. Now answer me this. I make good money. Why wouldn't I be able to, if in fact that let's just play around with this theory. If in fact that me and Iyana had a relationship going on and stuff like that, and she was to happen to get pregnant, why wouldn't I pay for an abortion?
Because she can't get an abortion in the state of Florida at 16 years of age, unless you take her to some fucking fucked up backdoor alley and rake that shit out with a coat hanger. Or is that?
I didn't know that. No, I didn't know that. Because when I was growing up, my first baby mother, Samantha Morales,
you can do it
she's
in New
had
York.
So that's where I was going with that.
Okay.
Yeah, in New York, you're
We've looked it up too.
Freaking 15 years old.
We've looked up everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've done our research. It's
when I say we turned over every stone, we have turned over every stone, and we wouldn't call you in here, and we wouldn't talk to you, and we wouldn't give you the benefit of the doubt to tell us the truth if we hadn't turned over every stone. We're not fucking around. We're not lying to you. This isn't TV. We don't make shit up. Okay? Tell us. Tell us.
I don't have anything to tell you guys. I don't. I don't have anything to tell you guys. Now, I know, like I told you guys before, I know you guys got a job to do, and I understand. I understand my situation is looking crazy. I get that. But, like, when your facts come back all of it is going to point in different ways. It's not going to point to me.
Which
Who
facts
do you
are
think
that?
it's going to point to?
I have no idea. I'm talking about what we have at hand. You guys are homicide detectives. We're talking about my niece being gone. That has nothing to do with me at all.
I think it has everything to do with you.
Well, slowly but surely, every fact has come back to you. When we came out to your house on the 30th, we asked you for DNA because we wanted to test it against that kit she had in March. Okay, those things take forever to test. We put a rush on it. Okay? We tested it against yours. And the dude across the street. Came back to both of you. His and yours.
There's no way, man. I'm telling you. There's no way.
I'm not bullshitting you, man.
I feel kind of bullshitted, bro, because there is no way that DNA would come back to me. Period.
How did it get there?
I have no idea.
Did you?
I have no idea at all. I've never had any sexual contact with any of these girls. I never got ever inappropriate with them. And I mean, it's one time that I call Samaya a hoe. It was like, whatever, hoe, and that was it. And she flipped the hell out. That was the only time that I've ever called any of them out of their name, let alone be inappropriate with them. So when I'm telling you, you saying the DNA came back with me and him, that is just way hell no.
I'm going to ask you a few questions, and these may sound very bizarre and out of left field. Okay, so don't be offended by this. Have you ever worn her underwear?
No.
Have you ever jacked off into her underwear?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Your wife, she's a lot taller than her. She weighs a lot more. I'm not saying she's overweight, but she's pregnant.
Yeah.
Does your wife and her share underwear?
No. No, my wife would never wear,
And you would never wear your niece's panties?
No, never.
Okay. Would they even fit?
I couldn't tell you. She's real skinny, so
Okay.
the last I checked that.
Do you see where we're going with this?
I do.
At the end of the day, there is no reason your DNA, you're the only person that can have your DNA. There's no reason your DNA should be anywhere inside her underwear. Period.
Do you know what dropout is?
No.
It's where you have semen inside a woman's vagina and gravity kind of drops out. Sometimes even if you use a condom, you take it off and it still comes in there, okay? Sometimes it's on your fingers, but it's called dropout. Ends of the underwear. It's there.
Yeah, I get it, but it's not mine, man.
It is yours.
No.
That's the problem. The reality is the fact that you're going to deny it. At the end
Because
of the day.
it's the truth.
It's not the truth.
Yeah, man. So
And it's not even just regular DNA. It's not like I just touched him and my DNA's on there. It is sperm DNA from you that's on her underwear. And you just told me there is no possible way, with the questions he asked you, that your DNA should be inside of her underwear. Period. 100%.
100%.
Well, guess what it is? And I'm serious, honest to God. God is my witness. I will come in here, put a Bible on this table, and put my hand and swear. The fact is, your DNA is inside her underwear. This is your opportunity to get on the front side of this as opposed to the back side of this.
Explain what went wrong, explain what happened, and we can work through it.
Dude, I have nothing to explain. There's nothing that went wrong. It's nothing that went wrong.
And out of the blue, your brother's just going to call us up and tell us his story.
What the fuck is going on with my brother, dude? I don't. And I don't.
Well, we're going through and we're checking off boxes. All right. DNA. Check. Got it. Confirms what we didn't know, but it confirms it.
All right. I'm done with it. Let's go.
So you guys charging me?
No, you're getting charged with a case.
What case is that?
A sex case. We'll let you know in just a second.
Okay. So, Jonathan, is there anything else you'd like to say?
There's nothing else I would like to say.
Okay. All right. Because I just want to give you every opportunity. If you don't have anything else you want to share or come clean with, then at this point I'm going to place you under arrest for sexual battery. It's a first-degree felony. And that it is in regards to Samaya Sawyer. Okay? So if you'll stand up and turn around and face the wall, place your hands behind your back. That's okay. Face to face.
Put them like they're praying.
Yeah,
Like you're praying.
just like that.
Can I ask a question?
You may.
Did my wife ever receive the keys to the vehicle? That's the only form of transportation. She
Not
used
yet.
to go into labor or anything like that.
I'm not sure. I know at this point, Marjorie took care of your child, so I imagine Margie is helping her with the
She should
other
also
things.
probably be calling 911 if she was on bed rest anyway. Probably shouldn't be driving.
Yeah, I don't think I don't have a key on mine. My wife is
That's okay.
pretty. Yeah.
Okay. I probably have one.
While in jail being held on sexual battery charges, police asked an inmate to wear a wire and see if they could get information from Johnathan regarding the murder. Well, after a couple of days, their plan worked.
So, why, this will be the $1 million question. Why were they pointing the finger at you?
The first reason they would even look in my way and they even asked about where I was at and all that.
Because of the rumor, they said.
Because of the rumor.
They said y'all fucking around.
Yeah.
You think she was still, why you just?
No.
So if you didn't think she was gonna tell, why did you fucking kill her though?
With evidence mounting, a grand jury indicts Johnathan Quiles on 2 counts of first-degree murder. Detectives attempt to interview Quiles once again.
I've got some information to give you. That's why we brought you over today. Alright. We met with the grand jury today on your case as well as several others, and you are being indicted on first-degree murder for Iyana Sawyer, first-degree murder on your unborn child. The third count is going to be sexual battery. Okay? We need to advise you of that.
Okay.
Alright. We would like to talk to you if you're willing to speak with us.
I have an attorney that's representing me, but she doesn't want me to talk to nobody without her being present.
That's fine. I respect that.
It takes over 4 years before Johnathan Quiles would see a courtroom, but once all the evidence was presented to the jury, in September of 2023, they found him guilty on all counts. While the state of Florida had hopes of the jury recommending the death penalty, in October of 2023, Johnathan Quiles was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Quiles is currently serving his time at Cross City Correctional Institution in Cross City, Florida. The body of Iyana Sawyer has never been found. Now, if you or anyone that you know is dealing with domestic violence, please call the National Domestic Violence Hotline. It could save your life or someone else's. Thank you so much for watching. We have new cases coming, so make sure you're subscribed, and we will see you in the next one.